Goals I got for 2021. All right, damn, I'm trying to, you know, everybody goes, go up to another notch. I done did all the touch bases with like the little, like the family shit. Now I'm trying to help the community. Now I'm trying to get places like this about little daycares and shit. Just anything to generate money and make the community better and shit. Now I got a lot of friends. Now my auntie next in line. Now you see what I'm saying? And then my friends, and you know, and I got kids now. You see what I'm saying? So it never stopped. Like the giving and help here, it don't stop. You just gotta keep getting more money. As long as you got money, it ain't gonna be no problem. You see what I'm saying? I just gotta keep having money.
A rapper who is among those who were shot and killed in a gun battle in downtown Atlanta.
A total of 6 people were shot, 3 have died. One of them, a rapper Davon Bennett, who goes by the stage name King Von.
He was bored and decided to explore the streets with his friends. And around middle school is when he officially met Lil Durk, and they started to hang out as close friends.
Don't nobody really know when they started being bad. That shit was really regular. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just woke up one day, I was bad as hell.
That I gotta help him I gotta push him in a wheelchair. They put me in there with a nigga that, nah, for real, like, I'm in a cell with a nigga that's 80. I gotta take him to lunch. I'm in a joint. I don't even know this man, but he in my cell. I gotta take this man, cause you gonna leave this old man there. He's stinking, he loud, he got his dentures in, he be chewing his dentures. He supposed to take him out when he go to sleep, so I'm, school, take your dentures out, man. I'm in jail when he sounds saying, but I'm his grandson, cause.
So you dangerous, but you got a hell of a heart.
Man, you know you know that shit though, man. You gotta look out for your people, man. You gotta look out for your people, or look out for you, you see what I'm saying?
After 3.5 years, he finally beat the case. Due to lack of evidence towards him, he finally got out, and at this point, he was 23 years old. And with all this time passed, he saw that his close friend, Lil Durk, was a superstar in hip-hop, and he decided that he needed to do something to get income that was legal, so he wanted to get into music. And Lil Durk encouraged that. He flew him out to Atlanta where he could focus once again. And as time went on in 2019, he started to learn how to become an artist, how to conduct interviews, and how to write tracks in full form from hook to verse, hook to verse. Then he finally dropped his debut mixtape on September 20th, 2019 called Grandson Volume 1. And this mixtape was released independently off the album called I Am What I Am, featuring 5 Foreign. Then he revealed the album would be released on October 30th, 2020. But before the album came out, he dropped one more single called Galeesh Place on October 23rd. Then finally, on October 30th, 2020, King Von drops his debut album, Welcome to O Block. The album debuts at number 14 and sold 25,000 copies within its multiple times. King Von's manager says that Lil Tim let off 5 to 6 shots, 2 of the bullets accomplishments, and by continuing to play his music and sharing your stories about how he has inspired.
I wish I never grew up in the projects. I wish a lot of shit. I wish my mama had some money when I was like, a lot of shit. If I could wish a lot of shit would be different, but it just happened like that.
And he tried to make the best of it. He was improving. He was trying to improve his community that he grew up in. He was trying to put on his friends. And unfortunately, he didn't get the best chance to do that. His life was cut short at the young age of 26. And while working on this documentary, I ran into a Tupac interview that is over 25 years old and still is true to this day.
You hear a lot of controversy going on right now about rap, just Time Warner dropping Interscope and a lot of things that have resulted from people saying it's a bad image, it's bad for young people. Tell us your comments on that.
I said so many comments on this, but basically it's a hypocritical view, because what you're saying is it's okay for us to live in the dirt, in the gutter, in less than human conditions, but it's not okay for us to tell people that we're living in these conditions. Everything was cool, you know. The ghetto was okay. It was habitable until we started talking about exactly what were the repercussions of living this type of lifestyle. What happens when you live in this kind of environment? What type of person it changes you into? Now all of a sudden it's like you can't talk about that. But this is what we live in. We don't have a choice. You know what I mean? It's either we really kill people, do dope, sell dope, and have murders and do all this crazy stuff, or we talk about.
With that being said, I hope you enjoy.
Either they don't care, they don't know, or they don't show. I think it's all three of them, for real. You know what I mean? Tragic. And I wasn't even gonna talk about this, man. I wasn't even on this today, man. Like, I wasn't even on all this. It's Sunday's God's Day. You know what I mean? But I've been talking about Durk so much, you know, alhamdulillah, God praise his soul, you know, and hope he adjusted by now, but, you know, it takes some time to adjust when you on that banger. When you on that poke, you take time to adjust, you know what I mean? It's not easy. Oh, man, it's just, I don't know what it was for, you know, it's like, you know, I grew up in the street life too, and when I grew up beefing, it was like they was already beefing. They've been beefing since the 70s. I just joined in like into something I didn't know what I was joining into. But you know, it's like, you know, all these dudes went to school together. I was the only one that went to school, really. For real, because everybody else was scared to go to school. You know, they were scared they was going to get jumped or something like that. I was like, man, I don't care. Shit, whether I get jumped or not, I'm still going to get my education. Like, I refuse to be an imbecile. You know, not calling them an imbecile, but, you know, Vaughn didn't really have any guidance at all. None of them did, really. You know, you notice how you always see these interviews, right? How they always go into depth about these 23-year-old guys, but they never interview their dads, you know, or their mothers, you know, or their grandmothers, or their aunties, or their uncles. You know, it's like, how do you navigate through a life in the sewer with no guidance, no money, no financial resources, no backing? Like, what do they expect you to do? You know, it's like, what? You can't even afford a baseball. You know, like, I remember playing basketball and me beating somebody in a basketball game and he take his basketball and go home. So now you sitting out there 4 o'clock with with no ball. You just looking at the rim. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, yeah, they got rec centers, but the rec centers even close early because they be scared. You know what I mean? It's like, man. And you can't expect anybody to like be your parent. I understand that, you know, but it's like, man, they got us behind the eight ball, and they want to keep us behind the eight ball. You know, it's like every time I turn on this internet thing, this YouTube thing, it's always negativity. I don't know. Maybe I need to change my algorithm to church music or something like that. Because every time I get on it, it's always like same old, same old. Somebody getting shot, somebody getting killed, somebody getting, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to do to help them folks, man, because some people don't want you to help them. You know what I mean? Like, some people, like, they just stuck. Like, they don't, like, shit, you try to reach out and hug them, shit, they might slug you. You know, it's like, you know, you have to want the help. You know, even though you 15 and you young, you know, but you still gotta want the help. You know, like I don't know, man. These boys been going back and forth to jail all their life. And jail is like being buried alive. Like, man, man. I mean, it's just like the streets for real. They ain't really nothing different. They ain't really like you in the Caribbeans. You're not at the Atlantis Hotel. Like you're not at the Hilton. It's just like being in the streets. Just just going on the corner, hanging with your guys, talking about who doing what, making jokes. Slap boxing. It's just the same thing as being in the streets. Like it ain't really no different. You might order you a pizza or something like that. But yeah, man. For Vaughn to come out, they said he was weak when he first started rapping, which everybody's weak. Repetition is the father of learning. We all know that. I just found it very hilarious that you know when he came out, he was about to start rapping, but he was weak. But at least they had Durk, like they had Chief Keef. Really, like you always need that one person in your neighborhood to really inspire you and get you going. Like, you see one person doing it, you be like, oh, he can do it? Oh, I know I'm better than that nigga. You know what I mean? Like, if he can do it, I know I can do it. You know what I mean? It's like, so it's like, at least he got a chance, At least he got an opportunity to shoot a shot. He died a martyr. You know what I mean? It's like Alexander the Great. Like back in the Roman Empire days, nobody wanted to live to 55. Everybody wanted to make their little marble bust or whatever they call it. Like by 28, 27, Achilles, Troy, Napoleon. Like ain't nobody want to live to 50. Like, they wanted to die in their glory, they wanted to go into glory, and it's like no more pain, when you go. It's like you can't feel anything, like that's why I always say, man, I don't like to speak on death too much, but it's a beautiful thing, when you come from where we come from, you struggling, you ain't got no money to go nowhere, you can't buy your girl nothing, you can't buy yourself nothing. You going outside with mustard and ketchup on your clothes. You know what I mean? You ain't got no washing machine at work because the water cut off. You know what I mean? You got sleeping like 10 jackets 'cause the heat ain't on. Rats and mice and roaches all over the place. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like I remember Biggie Smalls said one time, he was like, he was like, I'm not saying I want to die, but I'm just saying death got to be better than living like this. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, this man got Versace shades, Gucci down to the floor. And he's saying that gotta be better than living like this. You know what I mean? I was like, damn. Even Pac was like, he was in Georgia and he he had his pistol on him. And he walked down the street like, man, I want y'all to drive me down to the woods. Man, just give me a big old blunt. Let me smoke. And let me dome myself. Headshot. And call Matula. And tell him one of us got away. Because they wouldn't let him talk. You know, they wouldn't let them talk to each other. It's like me now, right? I'm talking to you guys uncannily. You know, like from my heart. You know, because it's like I can vehemently speak to you guys because nobody knows me. But like, if people started to really like follow me, if I had a following, like a positive following, man, boy, them people would be on me so hard. But I really don't care though, because it's like when God puts something on your heart for you to say or to speak, then you do it. I went to church today and they was talking about being whole before you can be happy. You know, they was talking about you have to be at peace with yourself before you can be at peace with anybody else. You know, don't destroy a person only because it didn't sound right to you. Like, so somebody said something and it sound right to you, like, don't destroy them. You know, love in such a way that you're loving for one purpose only, not to satisfy you, but that somebody else may be satisfied, somebody else may be saved. You know, just don't pretend to love others, but really love them. You know, as peacemakers, we must first make peace with ourselves. You know, like, don't be a narcissist. You know, like, man, them Caucasians, boy, y'all clever. I gotta give you all a hand. Because there's only 11% black people out here. Y'all exterminated us. Y'all did a good job. You know, y'all didn't even have to do us like you did the Indians. You ain't had to sprinkle no mumps, no measles, no rubella on us. You ain't had to sprinkle no toxoid on us. You just had to put the disease and the music and the food and stand back and watch us kill each other and give us a bunch of guns. Oh man, and put us all in the same cell block, have us cramped up in the cell block like y'all got us cramped up in the hood. And then call us lazy. But when we go to get signed, but when we go to file a job application, they say, oh, nah, you underqualified. You ain't got the certification. Certification? Well, I'm trying to work. What you talking about? Why can't I get on the job training? What I need certification for? And once again, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, George Washington. You guys are clever. You know, like I gotta tip my hat. You know, you guys, you knew what you was doing. Like you planted the Rockefellers. The Salter family that own Walmart. You know, the people who created oxycodone and then created Suboxone. Hey, what if all that fentanyl that they say coming from Mexico really coming from a manufacturer in the United States? And they just trying to blame it on Mexico, but they putting it in the hood. Man, I don't believe nothing I see. Man, these zoos be lying, man. That's crazy. Rest in peace, Vaughn, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, everybody lost. Everybody. On both sides. And that's how it be in the hood. Like, it don't stop. Like, it ain't never gonna stop. You know, like, this cycle gonna continue until the end of time. You know, because it's like the person that got the most bodies, he the soldier. He the top shotter. He the he the one that everybody respects. You know, but eventually somebody gonna take him out because somebody want his spot. Somebody, it's just, I don't know, man. It ain't even about I hate saying money because money's an infinite number. And it's like, money doesn't make you happy. It creates more problems, you know? Because now everybody think you have more than you have, you know? And if you give somebody 100,000, they'll be like, oh, if he gave me 100, then that means he has 100 million. So why didn't he give me 50 million? You know what I mean? Like, like, I don't know, man. He gave me 10 million. He could have given me 50. But he ain't even got 50. You know, he gave you 10. He probably got 20 and gave you 10. And he still got to pay taxes on that. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. The way they trick us, man. The way that, our parents, we can't really blame our parents because they didn't know. You know, like they didn't know what to do. They weren't experienced. All our parents were told was to be Heathcliff Huxtable. You know, and maybe try to move up like the Jeffersons and get a laundromat. But I don't think our parents really knew about like investments and reverse mergers and stocks and bonds and trust funds and accounts. It's like, man, you go to the bank, they don't tell you nothing. You go inside there and you sit inside there and talk to a bank and they be like, how may I help you? They don't sit there and open up a notebook and tell you, oh, you can get this, or you can get that, or the bankers don't even be knowing themselves. They don't even know that. It's like they in the background themselves, like they in the shadow of a light themselves. They out the loop themselves. You know, it's like, bro. Nobody tells you, oh man, go ahead and man, put your money in the offshore Switzerland account, man. You ain't gotta pay no tax, U.S. tax. Man, don't nobody tell you that. You know, it's like information you gotta learn yourself, and it's like, you know, being black, you just trying to duck a slug. You ain't even got the mind frame to even think about trying to save no money. You just thinking about trying to keep your top from getting blown off out here, but man, this is like, cause everybody going through something. You know what I mean? Like, you might be going into a store, and this has happened to me plenty of times, plenty of moons. You going into a store, You know what I'm saying? You rushing, you trying to get up inside there before the joint close. Another dude coming out, y'all shoulder bump. Boom, boom. Oh, hold on, what you doing, cuz? Hold on, cuz. What's up, cuz? My bad, fool. You know what I say? My bad, cuz. And I could dome check them. You know what I mean? Because I always, but I be like, my bad, cuz. I ain't mean to hit you in the shoulder. But they be ready to squabble over a mistake, like over a accidental shoulder hit. Like you know, we used to play football. Like, dude, man, we shoulder hit bump, shoulder tackle, shoulder kick, shoulder hit, trying to break your acromioclavicular joint, trying to separate your shoulder, trying to separate your humeral bone from your clavicular bone. Like, dude, like, man, come on, man, you tripping over a shoulder bump? Hey, go ahead, man. Like, sometimes I just be laughing, man, because it's like, man, they played us. They played us. So when you go into them Caucasian areas, man, you go to Michigan, Marquette, not Detroit. Man, it's so much community love, bruh. They be like, hey, you want to come over tonight for spaghetti? The wife is cooking. You like, hell yeah, I want to come over for spaghetti. The wife is cooking. Man, you go over there, man, they take you to their basement. Man, they show you their grow, you know what I'm saying? Their little, you know, cannabis grow. I don't care, man. I don't care, man. Block me. They show you their cannabis grow. You know, they show you their mushroom grow, you know. Some of the mushrooms be molded in a petri dish. Some of it be good. You know what I mean? They show it to you. And then you go upstairs. You know, the wife be up there with the kids, with the little 4 or 5-year-old kids. You know what I mean? And the wife got a grant. The wife got like $1 million grant for like preaching or something. She's like, what? And this dude just inside the basement, grown weed. You like, hold on. How y'all two be? Like, what in the world? You know what I mean? Like, and you don't see a bands in the front of the house or man, you see a 1971 pickup truck, the one that Fred Sanford had on Sanford and Son in the junkyard. You know, but it take them to point A to point B. You know, and they cool with that. You know, but for us, it's like, we always gotta compete with one another. You know. You know. You got the 911 Porsche. I gotta go get the chop head Ross. You know what I mean? Like, it's just insane at the end of the day, bro. It's very draining. It's very draining. Like, imagine Tupac died at what, 25, 26, something like that? He was drained. You know? At the end of the day, like, he put so much passion into everything, so much emotion, so much. Like, he really wanted to save his people. He really wanted to be Malcolm X. Like, imagine Malcolm X. I remember they said Malcolm X wasn't even eating, you know, in his last days. Like, he wasn't eating any food. That's why he was so skinny. Like, he was just exhausted, you know, just flying back and forth. It's like, you know, you want to save everybody, but you can't. You can only save the people that want to be saved. And unfortunately, those people have to come to you and say, hey, bro, can you save me? But black people don't like to ask for help. You know? they feel like, I guess it's ego and pride, but they feel like they're beyond reproach. Well, we feel like we're beyond reproach. So it's like we don't want to ask for help. Like, say if we go to Goodwill, and this one thing I noticed in Michigan. You go to Goodwill or to the thrift store, man, you get you some thrifty clothes, some nice clothes, some elegant clothing. I'm talking about, man, you can walk out of there looking like you just came out of Brooks Brothers. But here, and then you tell people in Michigan and Marquette, cause I used to ask people, where you get that leather from? They used to be like, thrift store. How much you pay for that? $15. Oh, man, get out of here. I'm talking about plush level. Not that Canal Street level, that real level. I'm like, damn, they got that. But I still ain't go. You know, because I'm still in that DC mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, man, I can't let nobody know I got a coat from the thrift store. They're going to join on me. You know what I mean? I had to get up out of that. I had to get up out of that type of thing. Look, y'all got Moissanite diamonds, and y'all say that y'all want the ice box, don't y'all? Hey, you know what? Sometimes, man, you gotta tell a little fib. You know what I mean? I mean, life is a fallacy anyway. I don't know, man. Like, you know, we just gotta enjoy it. We gotta live it, and hope that life don't take us out before it's our time. Cause old age is gonna kill me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Von, he did what he did for his people. That's what I wanted to do this for. You know, he crashed out. You know, but it was a. I can't really say he crashed out though, cause if he wanted to do him, man, he would have just told one of his homies pass him the ratchet and did him in. It was like a one-on-one fight. Like, he ain't want to do him, man. Like, Von looked at him like a rapper. Like Von looked at all of them like rappers. Like NLE Choppers. And I used to watch all those Instagrams with NLE Chopper and YMW Melly. Like, Von really wanted to be a rapper. Like, he really wanted to, like, help his people. Like, he really wanted to. He probably would have bought O Block. Like, he probably would have bought the whole thing. Like, man, this just us. This is how. Like, he remind me of Marlo. Marlo off the wire. Like, he really just wanted to just like be the, you know, the youngest in charge and just own his people. You know, like. But he was impetuous. He ain't had no patience. But I mean, how you gonna have patience at 20-something years old? Like, you don't get patience until your prefrontal cortex closes, and that's like what, 34 for men, like 26 for women. You know, when you start to when your prefrontal cortex closes and you have long-term planning, and like you know consequences, like right from wrong and long-term decision making. You know, this is my vent period. So I really don't care about the time. You know what I mean? Shit, all you gotta do is no, I'm not gonna say that. I don't want you to click off. I want you to listen. I ain't go to school for all these years for nothing. Just try to be a philomath and just try to learn everything you can. Everything that glitters isn't gold. You know, listen to your mother. I know that sounds so cliche, but every time I worked in the penitentiary or in jail, The inmates would always say, man, I wish I would have listened to my mother. They always say that. I wish I would have listened to my mother. You know, my mother told me not to do this. She told me not to hang around that person, not to hang around this person. But you didn't want to take the advice because it's your mom. You're like, who are you? What you know? Duh, she's been living 3-4 times as long as you. She must know something. You know. Like, listen to your mother, man. Like, you know, don't let these dudes out here, man. All these girls, like, don't let them, you know, pivot you in the wrong direction or misalign your path. And guess what? If you don't have a girlfriend, that's okay. Because maybe the woman for you is just not in your circumference right now. You know, it doesn't mean that you're unattractive or nobody wants to be with you. It just means that, you know, the woman that you want just is just not where you are. You know, like, don't force it. I know a lot of people that forced it, you know. Oh, I need to force I need to be with her. She the best of the best. No, she's the best of the best in your pool. But your pool is only 3 feet deep and 5 foot wide. Not many people can fit in that pool. You know, like, the world has like 8 billion people. Like, dude, boy, if you don't go to Korea and get you, I bet Fred Sanford said his wife was from Korea. I was like, oh man. Yeah, boy, Fred Sanford used to run with Malcolm X when he was Malcolm Little. They used to run together in Harlem. You know what I mean? Chasing girls. And this man talking about his wife was from Korea. Look at Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle's wife is like, isn't she like Korean or something, Filipino? Look at Ashley Lurie. His wife is Asian too. Like, don't let these dudes lie to you, bro. Look at Nick Cannon. Every last one of his baby mamas, except for like the exception of 1 or 2 are black women. Like, I'm not saying enough about black women. I love black women, you know. But you know, don't just sequester yourself or be myopic to just one race or one ethnicity. You know, like, spread your wings a little bit. You know, don't be afraid to say hi to a German woman. You know, like, don't be afraid to say hi. Or if you're a woman, don't be afraid to say hi to a German man. Who cares? You know, like, I'll go to Africa. We'll go to South Africa. We'll go to Africa and get you some. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be like, oh, the girl that lives down the street or the girl that's always at the recreation center. You know, like, oh, that's the best I can do, so let me go ahead and hurry up and have a baby. Like, maybe it may not be in the cards for you to have a baby. Like, sometimes you gotta pay the cards you're dealt. And that's just the way God made it. You know, God dealt you these cards, and these are the cards you have to play. So, play them. You know what I mean? All right. That's it for me, guys. Thanks for listening. Once again, BigBarrBaby. Everything muddy. Ain't nothing flawed. Dummy. Ever they say in Baltimore. We ain't dummy. Couple always over wonder for the muddy. Hey, make sure you press like, Subscribe, share with your homeboys. Gang, 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 gang. We out. Rest in peace, Mom. Free Smirk. And free all the real political prisoners. On who? Larry. On who? Jeff Ford. On who? Political prisoners. We are.